Philip and Duncan.
Yeah, Steve's connecting, man. It's a go, man. I'm glad.
I'm glad to let you know somebody's the fan.
Cowboys raw and uncut. 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 Cowboys raw and uncut.
What's good, cousin?
Cowboys.
What's up, fellas?
Let's go Vikings, because I don't fuck with the Eagles.
All day long. All day long.
Anybody got anybody tonight?
Huh?
You got anybody in your lineups tonight?
Who do I got in my lineup tonight?
I got Smith in one league, and I'm running Philly's defense tonight. You know, I don't really have another defense that I can really play that's going to be much different. So I got Smith in one league and running Philly D in another.
Yeah, I don't think I got nobody. I ain't got nobody.
I got Madison.
I threw Addison in there.
I got
receiver. I got the young receiver.
Who you got?
Addison, receiver from Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
So, not to cut you off from the fantasy because I'm with that, but I really need us to pull Minnesota to pull this victory out, because last year we was trailing the whole year behind them. I want to see when we the front dog and let them trail us. I really want to get this. I really want them to lose early.
I want to lose early because punk ass ESPN and NFL gave them the number 2 spot in the power ranking. I still feel a certain type of way with that, because there's no way possible, bro, that win they had was more impressive than our defense. Like, even with San Francisco being number 1, I'm immediately upset because their 30 points, their win against the Steelers was still not more impressive than what our defense was, no matter what our offense looked like. That was the most impressive performance from a very strong team. And I feel like it's a slight at us or at our offense for us to be number 4 in the power rankings behind an 0-1 Kansas City team and a close loss Philadelphia team, and San Francisco won handily, but I feel it's a bunch of bullshit. So I want to see them lose tonight to expose them for what they are.
You know what they say. If they don't respect you, make them respect you.
Make them.
I mean, shit, we just did. What the heck? Like, no, we just did, bro. Like,
they put it on the tsunami. They said it was due to the tsunami as to why we performed so well.
Mm-hmm.
The shit. We played in the same thing they played in.
I mean,
right.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Our defense played in the same tsunami as the Giants' defense. What happened? I guess we had better ranking.
I agree, but I'm just saying that's what the media heads are saying. See,
the media heads to me is saying they was good last year and it's a continuous over. Them with the Super Bowl playing teams, San Fran in the NFC and the NFC Championship. I think it's a continuous over from last year, and that's why they're giving them props. Even though they're saying it's power rankings from Power 1, but in their mind they letting that shit hold over from last year. And that's cool. We got earn our way to get there, get where we need to be.
And that's kind of why I didn't really give my power rankings at the studio set. I wanted to get 2 weeks in and see how many teams was 2-0. How many teams?
Because you was scared to be wrong. You was over shaking, hoping shit didn't pop off. I seen you over hoping shit didn't pop off. Yeah.
Actually, I had never even looked at it. I wasn't even really thinking that far ahead on 1 week. 1 week doesn't really get me. I need to see a couple of weeks. I want to see how you play 2 weeks back to back. 1 week could be a fluke, you know.
But that wasn't the question. The question was after week 1, your power 5. So off the top of your head, we're looking. You had 3 different setups right there.
I didn't have enough I didn't have enough basic information and see enough football that weekend actually to make a educated, a top 5 pick. So
Okay.
I had to wait until next week, until I saw, 2 weeks that I can get a better evaluation.
But my top 5 for
See,
next
you
week,
kind
my
of,
top 5 for next week won't be the same as the top 5 for this week. My top 5 is going to change based on this week.
It should. It should.
Hold on, Steve. I think your
yeah,
TV
you're gonna have
loud,
to cut. You're gonna have to cut it down some over. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but it's gonna that's gonna interfere.
What's it doing?
It's
Your
loud.
TV.
It's jumping. It's
Loud.
jumping to you while they talking.
Well, you got that background. Look like you were eating a steak. Look like you got the Texas Roadhouse background. You eating a steak over there? Got
Man, I
steak
went on
and
this back
peanuts?
wall in the shop.
Oh,
Back
okay.
of belly on my shoulder.
Is that Mac? Ah, that sure is.
And that's up.
Dang, we don't stop the
yeah.
flow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's a nice picture.
Yeah, no, but overall, like
It's dope.
I don't. What the hell is we talking about? The damn fantasy. What we talking about?
The power
Top 5?
ranking.
Yeah, top 5.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's still bullshit because, like, fuck what they did last year. We're talking about now, and the fact that we were the most impressive team on Sunday. For 1 week, we were the most impressive team on Sunday. That's a slight of our offense. That's because our offense didn't play well. If we would have dropped 60, we would have been number 1. If we would have dropped 50, we would have been number 1. Our offense missed multiple goal line, multiple opportunities to punch in the end zone. We'd be up by, we would have had 50 points. And then we would have been number 1.
Would have been number 3. That match was made before the game. As long as Philly and San Fran and Kansas City won, they was gonna put them up ahead of us. They still got Kansas. They just moved them a couple of spots and they lost at home. So yeah, was made.
I'm cool with Kansas City though, because they're the champions. You always give the champions the nod. Like, champions are always gonna get the nod.
You was last year's champions. You wasn't week 1 champion.
Not when you lose the first game and other teams show more impressive. Just show to be more impressive. You call it.
You wasn't the week 1 power champion.
Yeah, but
Right.
but you came in number 1 and you lost to a team that's carried on from last year and their success from last year onto this year. So that wasn't a bad loss.
You sound like ESPN, Terry.
No, but
You sound
I'm caping for a Super Bowl champion. They still are the reigning champions, regardless of what they did last year. They still are the reigning champions. So I'm caping for champions, not nobody else. I don't care about that.
I get what you're saying, and it's valid, and it makes total 100% sense. But given week 1 power rankings, they was not in the top 5 most impressive teams for week 1. I understand with everything for last year, but for week 1, nah.
I don't really see how you can lose week 1 and be a top 5 in the power rankings after week 1.
Week 1 at home.
Because it's who they lost to. And what they're coming off of.
Detroit wasn't in the playoffs last year.
They should have been.
Detroit wasn't in the championship.
Nah, ain't no shoulda.
They should have been in the playoff. Like that. Nah. Detroit is probably your NFC North champion.
We beat a playoff team. We beat a team that was in the playoffs. We beat a team that won a game, a road game in the playoffs.
Yeah,
we beat a playoff team. That boosts us up. That's why I put Miami up there. That's why I put Detroit up there. Them is teams who beat playoff teams last year, the high caliber teams. So you impressive in week 1.
Yeah, that was solid. That was solid putting Miami in there. I went with the Bills. That was stupid. That was stupid right there.
Well, at the time, they was up 13-3.
Yeah.
On the road, Monday night.
But Miami's going to have to get dealt with.
Why don't you put Cleveland there?
Why not? For who?
Why don't you put Cleveland there?
A lot of times.
For me?
No, I'm saying Rick. Like, but with that said,
they in my top 6 or 7. If we would have went top 10, that would have been there. But the other 5 teams I felt beat.
They beat the AFC North AFC North, a team that played in the AFC Championship. They beat
Yeah, that's a
them.
valid point. That's
They
a
beat them by
valid point.
20 plus points. They beat them by
Yeah.
20 plus points at that.
Yeah, they was at
So
home
that
too.
game wasn't close.
Everybody else, they was at home. Everybody else was on the road.
They beat them by 20 plus points.
They was at home. Everybody, that's why they would have been my number 6. They was at home. Everybody else was on the road.
That win was more impressive. That win in itself was more impressive than Philadelphia beating New England in New England.
At
No, for the simple fact,
Foxborough?
if you look at that
At
record,
Foxborough, it's still Joe Burrow.
if you look at that record, Cleveland done beat Cincinnati maybe 5 out of the last 7 times. Since
Yeah,
Joe
right.
Burrow, Cleveland thumps them. So that's not really surprising that Cleveland beat them.
And
That's a
So
rivalry
did
game.
you assume that Cleveland was going to win that game, or did you?
No.
Who would you have thought was going to win that game going into that?
Cincinnati.
Okay,
Yeah.
and who would you thought was going to win the Philadelphia New England game?
Philadelphia. But I knew it was going to be
Okay.
hard.
So
I knew it was going to be hard, though.
Yeah, but one team was an upset for you in that case. You were wrong in one of those, and they won handily. Meanwhile, Philadelphia
But Philly wasn't in my
struggled.
top 5. Philly wasn't in my top 5 Power 5.
So,
If New England would have won, I'd have put them in my top 5. But they didn't
Who
win.
was your top 5 again, Rick?
It was us, San Fran, Miami, Detroit.
Contact.
I can't remember.
I thought you had Philly.
Nah. Fuck Philly.
I
can't remember
I thought
that.
you had Philly, bro.
Yeah, I have to go
that's-
back and look. I can't remember.
But
But
that's what makes it
Hey,
more
but it's
impressive.
documented. It's recorded.
right.
But that's what
Yeah.
makes it more impressive with how we did the Giants, is because that was a conference game. Conference games, generally the teams know each other. You play against each other several times. Scores are generally low scoring and not a whole lot of high scoring games most of the time when you play in a conference foe. And that's what makes the Dallas win so much impressive, because that's a team that, you play twice a year. And generally games are a little tighter. We just ran them out through the wire.
We smacked them though, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
generally
Rick,
non-conference games, you get more
What, T?
action.
by your thought or theory of what logic in this case,
What?
we don't need the same credit. We don't deserve the credit either, because we beat New York. We beat New York by 40, and we own them too. You get what I'm saying? So that
But
the
New
same
York-
way that Cleveland owns Cincinnati, we own the Giants even more. So it's
Yes.
our win not
Yes.
as impressive.
Yes, no, but we beat them 40 to egg roll at their house.
We dropped 40 on them on the road.
We dropped 40
I
to
get it.
egg roll at their house.
I mean, I get
True.
it. I get that. What you saying, bro?
Nah, I said true.
Yeah, I mean that
We
40
dropped
is
40 nothing
that
at their
40 is a
house.
motherfucker.
On Sunday night with all eyes on us. It wasn't at 1 o'clock, half the team's watching this, half the team. That's prime time under the lights. Yeah, and we handled them more thoroughly. I think we did it. We beat the Giants worse than Cleveland beat Cincinnati.
Definitely.
I agree.
And by no mistakes am I diminishing Cleveland's win over Cincinnati. That was a nice solid thorough beatdown. They if they wasn't in my top 5, they should have been 6 or 7. They should be somewhere close.
They always handle them too.
Yeah.
That was an impressive win. That's why I say like that. The Philadelphia win and the 49er win, in comparison to those other wins, they don't equal. They don't add up. That's how I know it's hate in the power rankings, because they don't add up. They don't add up because the Steelers suffered losses during that game as far as injuries with players, and yeah, they ran it up on them, but the Steelers still scored and they only dropped 30.
Man, be honest. The Steelers had 1 yard at halftime, man.
Yeah, they weak.
I understand that, but they had 1 yard.
Good.
But
I seen a meme that had 1 yard, one something for the
I
Niners to
can get 3 yards right now.
yeah,
and
yeah.
I hope they have another 1 yard next week.
Hey, Dre,
Most definitely.
Dre, you are not getting 3 yards. Look
Yeah,
how
I am, man.
damn lie.
Hey,
And my 46-0, and I'm still getting 3 yards.
They all gonna get 3 yards. Hey,
I mean,
niggas
I
gonna
felt
grab
the
you up
same way.
quick. Look,
I
they
felt the
gonna
same
turn
way,
around
You
and
are
Dre.
gonna
Dre,
get you
hey,
there.
I felt
they
the
gonna look
same
up, they
way,
gonna
Dre.
get
Nah,
that back
You got
against
the
Dre.
receivers.
I'm just gonna run up the middle, man. I'm just gonna
Man,
try
them
to
yeah.
get my
niggas
3
gonna
that way.
I mean, I felt the same way
They gonna
Dre
knock your
felt
fucking
about these
head off up the
receivers.
middle.
yeah,
These
they
receivers
gonna fuck
not
him
getting
up, Rick.
a catch,
They
man.
gonna fuck
All
him
right,
up.
all right, keep on underestimating.
Hey,
I can get up through her.
I mean, like,
I'm gonna tell
hey,
you this. It depends on who that offensive line is. Because
Right, that's true.
Man,
if one of these linemen getting a clear shot at you, baby
hey,
boy.
man, but
You're right, but
uh,
I'm saying running behind the line because that's what they did, and they only got 1 yard. I can get 3 on behind
bro,
some kind of line.
man,
bro,
and
we
I
done
feel
seen
the same way
NFL.
you
We done
do
seen
about
NFL
catching
running
the
backs.
ball.
Them NFL running backs be getting stuffed on 1 yard trying to get inches, bro. And niggas be getting stuffed on inches, and you talking about getting 3 yards,
Like Zeke,
bro.
y'all might be right, man. You might because Zeke can't even get 3
Yeah,
yards.
this niggas be trying to get inches, bro. They can't get
Bringing
it,
Zeke up
dog.
real quick. Is it true that he fumbled on his first touch?
Yep,
I
Was
was
it
it.
the first
I
touch?
was a further down the game.
I can't remember.
I
I
think it
know
was
he
first
fumbled.
touch. It was early. It was first. I'm thinking
Yeah, it
first
was
touch.
early.
But he caught
I
a
got
pass
text
though. It was
messages
some
about
kind
that.
of pass. He had to go back and get it, and then bring it to him, and then try to make a move, and got caught up, not tucking it.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Zeke's gonna be all right for him though. He's in the right spot.
Yeah,
I
it
got
worked
two
out.
Zeke. I got two Zeke jerseys that I had to fold up and put in a box and wait for him to retire to pull back out because I can't fuck with you when you ain't got the style on. But after you retire,
Exactly.
same thing with DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware was one of my favorite players. I had at 94. I rocked it with faith and pride.
Yeah,
But when he went to
yeah.
Denver, I folded him on up real nice and neat and put it in a box. And once he retired, I pulled him back out. I'm gonna have to do the same
Yeah,
thing with,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I had to retire my Zeeks too, man.
yeah,
It was a sad day. Put the
yeah.
21 up.
Sad
I
day.
was I was thinking about sending mine to the Goodwill.
Nah, because once he retired, he's a Cowboy. Once he retired,
Yeah, for sure.
you can pull that back. It's a throwback. You can pull that back out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once he retired, I'll rock it with pride because he did things for us. I remember and appreciate what he did. But if he wouldn't have got picked up this year, I'd have still rocked it. But yeah, I can't
Yeah, I
fuck with
agree.
you.
I'm with you. He ain't did. I ain't really mad at him for real. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it just body. It just was time.
yeah. I'm with you.
So what's up with Cooks, man? Cooks,
Oh
is he gonna
man, bro.
play?
Steve, can you give us
MCL
an injury
sprain.
report? Steve, can you give us an injury report?
He entered the FCS.
Yeah, and Tyler too, because you said they was being precaution on Tyler.
No,
So
He's still in
Tyler.
practice.
he
Not
practiced?
Tyler.
No.
Tyler ain't never had a hamstring injury, man. So it's gonna take him a second to adjust to that.
I can't hear you, cousin.
I can hear him.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, your
I hear
TV,
you.
the TV. I can hear you over the TV.
Can
What?
you hear me
Hey,
now?
that's a commercial. You hear me now?
Right. Can you hear me
Look,
now?
what
I'm
channel
trying to
the
listen to it.
game
I
on?
can't hear.
On
It's on
Amazon
Prime?
Prime.
Video.
Prime.
Huh?
Amazon
So,
Prime.
That's why I couldn't find it.
I found it on accident.
3-0
What's
Pigeons.
it?
You said 3-0
So
who?
Steve
Pigeons.
done muted though. So we don't know what's going on with Cooks. We don't know if he's gonna play or what. Yeah, MCL sprain.
Yep.
Can you
MCL
come?
sprain.
Can you play through it?
Oh no.
Yeah, he played through it. He hurt it during the game and kept playing. He's
But I'm saying,
questionable for
can you
this week.
continue to play? Can you continue to
Yeah.
play through it?
Yeah, he can. Pain tolerance, keep swelling down.
Do you
Okay.
think he will?
From the 38-yard line.
They said if
Probably
it.
so. If they need him.
Because I tell you, this is a trap game for us in a way that I don't like to see early. Last time we played them, they was 0-4, and we went up to the New York and we lost 24-22, maybe somewhere around there. It's we had this big hype of the game that Aaron Rodgers was coming and he's the Cowboy killer, and they was this and they was that, and they the team to beat and this and that. And so now, after the way we played the Giants and now coming into it, I just don't want us to go in smelling our own piss and underestimate them. And they got a number 2 pick in the draft starting for them. They got a homegrown player, a quarterback who's hungry to make his way. And they got a strong defense. And I hope we still keep our same energy and don't get to smelling our own piss and go in here and take it. The only good thing is our debut, our home debut this year, and we can show what we got. What y'all thoughts?
Our defense is not gonna get complacent.
I think they hungry. It'll be the offense.
It ain't gonna be. It's not gonna be the defense. This game to me comes down to Dak Prescott. I hate to keep bringing his name up, but it comes down to him, man, because you know he gets shaky on in the when people's coming at him, and so it just depends on him. Are we going, because when Buffalo played them, Buffalo had the time of possession. They was basically beating them in everything, but the turnovers is what kept New York in that game and allowed them to beat them in overtime.
So, that's the same thing that happened with us.
Yeah, so that's the way I see us losing the game if Dak has one of those terrible games.
Yeah, and you know what's wild? Stephen A. Smith has even he's been on record saying that we can win the Super Bowl, but we won't because of Dak. And when he says that, you know, he's our hater, I totally agree with him. That's going to be that's the only question we have right now. Because
for my weekly fuck you, fuck Stephen A. Smith. Okay.
Hey, no, you know, you gotta have a hater, bro. You got, you know, the Batman needs the Joker, man. So I get it, dog. Like, you gotta have a hater, bro. But my thing is that he made a point because
he over the top with this shit.
I expect that from him.
Fuck him. Fuck Stephen A. Fuck him. Fuck him.
I expect that from him, bro. But you know, he says he makes a valid point because Dak right now is our question. That's our question mark right now. What is he going to do? Because if his defense continues playing like this, he cannot let our defense down, which he's done in the past. You know, last year a lot of times our offense let our defense down. So that's the same question mark that we have this year. Yes, we have different play calling. We have additions. You know what I mean? We are a different team offensively, but is our quarterback still the same?
Yes.
That's what we worry about.
Look, like I said in the last show, we know what we got in Dak. You can't keep pinpointing Dak. We know what Dak is. We know what he ain't. It's on the coach to get him right. It's on the coach to scheme him up to make it be in his favor, man. That's when coaching come in.
Nah, he ain't getting a pass though, Steve. He ain't getting a pass. Fuck him. He don't get to play piss poor because we know he's poor.
Players make plays, man. Players make plays, man.
Yeah,
players make plays, man. Like you can have as much coaching. You can have as much coaching as you want.
We know what we got.
Players make plays, man. That coaching only can take you so far. I can show you the door. You got to walk through it. Players make plays, man.
You still got to be
coached. But I can put you in that position as a coach. But you have to make the play.
And players make
plays.
And right now,
you gotta be coached to your strengths, man.
Yeah, but players make plays.
We already passed that. We passed that. We got a fourth-round drafted quarterback.
I'm not past it. I'm not
that's
past
why
it.
you started.
I'm not past it. Until he shows me. Till
Here's
he
the big
shows
thing.
me,
You gotta
then
know
I
what you
get
got.
past it.
All
When
right,
You
he
here's the
gotta know
showed
big.
what
me,
you
I
got.
get past it.
Here's the
But
big
once you
thing,
dealing
man.
with what you got,
I'm
you
We
torn
gotta
in
all
the
scheme
talked
middle with
about
that.
I'm telling you.
we all talked about the run game and how the Giants kind of gashed us, inside running. This is a team that's not going to go away from that. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to run it more because of their
True.
backup quarterback. Are we going to be able to stop this downhill running game? Because
Yeah,
they're going to
that's
pound.
solid.
They're going to pound that rock. And something else
Yep.
something else that makes me a little weary. We don't do well against mobile quarterbacks. For some reason, mobile quarterbacks hurt our defense.
Daniel Jones is mobile.
Yeah, well, we was
He
all
ran.
over him.
He was running.
You know,
He was running.
but
We
generally,
stopped
if
him,
you
but he
look,
was running.
but generally, if you look at the history, running quarterbacks kind of, shake us up a little bit.
Man, they ain't got no offensive line, man. I think we're gonna get to the quarterback, but
I
you
agree.
have a valid point in speaking on the run. Like, can we when they run the ball, are we gonna be able to stop it? We got Hatcher back there and Mozzie, and we got people in place, but we still don't know if we're better at that check. So I agree
Well,
with you as far as the run, but that line that's why Aaron Rodgers, like every single play, like I went back and watched it, like they was getting through
They
at
was getting
line,
to
man.
him.
That
They was getting to him
that
the first
line's
four
been
plays.
that line is an issue. I'm not really worried about the defense.
That line's
Yeah,
a
can they
problem.
stop the
I never
run?
that
was.
line's a big issue.
It's to me, it's all on the offensive side of the ball. And
The
then
line's a big issue.
if Cooks doesn't play, Michael Gallup got to step up.
Well, they've been
For
talking
real.
about how good of a job Tobert was doing.
I was just about to say he's
preseason.
next.
So let's see if Tobert can step up and make some plays.
That's
You know,
I
what
was just about to say
you're gonna
But
see.
my thing with that is Sauce don't move. So
Right.
CD can go on the other side and give them work over there. So
Man,
if
he can sit
the
on him
spot.
if he want to. CD still gonna get his.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Because Sauce can get burnt, but when I look at this game, man, it comes down to us not turning the ball over and putting pressure on Zach Wilson because they're like John said, they're gonna run the ball a lot. They are gonna run the ball
agree.
because they're gonna protect Zach Wilson at this point.
Exactly.
So they
agree.
know what they have. So
are we gonna do the same?
have to touch Zach Wilson?
Are we gonna do the same? Are we gonna run the ball to take pressure off of Dak?
I think that's what we're gonna do this year. Period. I think we're gonna do that all year.
Yeah. I'm about to say the same thing you saying. It should be. I think that's our game plan too. I think we're gonna run the ball to keep the pressure off Dak, so he don't have to do Dak shit.
You know what we're getting ready to do.
That's what I was saying.
And this might be.
I was with you. I knew what you were saying.
Look,
but overall.
What we're gonna
Trent Dilfer. Turn him into Dak Dilfer.
No,
go ahead.
Who he is?
No.
Once he put that style on his helmet and he's doing well, I'm with him.
Hey, but no, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is that's what I want from him. I don't want him to be throwing 40 passes and going for 4 touchdowns and all that.
No.
I want him to be Trent Dilfer or Cooper Rush, whichever one. That's who I want him to be.
But you know who this is going to be, though? Do you understand?
coaching it up.
This season, we're getting ready to see a 2013, 2014 season. The same thing we did with Tony Romo that year that Dez dropped it. We're getting ready to do that with Dak Prescott. We're going to take the ball out of his hands, rely on everything else. We're not going to put him in position to where he has to throw the ball. And overall, it worked for Tony that year. It's going to work for Dak this year. Because if we don't put him in position where he has to turn the ball over, if our defense can play well and he manages it, he's going to have a successful year. We're going to do exactly what we did in 2013 and 14. And Dak's going to have an efficient year. He's going to throw the ball over 30 times.
Our schedule ain't going to allow it. We got the second in one thing and third in another hardest strength of schedule. Dak's going to have to come. Yeah. He's going to have to win a game or two.
Yeah, but he's not going to have to pass the. I don't see how many times you see him passing the ball 40 times a game this season.
Hopefully none.
I was just exaggerating.
I hope never.
And that's what I'm saying. But he did that a lot last year. Yeah, he did that a lot last year. So this year, I
That
seen
was
him.
Kellen Moore. That's what Steve said with the coaching and put you in positions. That was Kellen Moore, and that was Dak calling these audibles into plays that run the play. Run the play that was in
Here we
there, man.
go.
Run the fucking play and run the ball. Don't audible out to some shit and then get shaken. Yeah,
And I
I'm
think
with you. I'm
Kill,
with you.
kill.
I
Kill,
Yeah.
think
kill, kill.
I
Scared
think
again to smack
I
shit
think
out.
tight ends I think tight ends can be big, man.
Kill. Damn, nigga, they ain't even sad.
They had 10 balls caught between they 10 or 11 balls caught between they two tight ends. You know, so it now the Jets, Buffalo's tight end, Knox caught 6 balls, Kincaid caught 5 balls. So I think that the Jets are sucker for tight end work. So I think this will be a good weekend. Our tight ends can get some work, and they might have to be relied on to keep everything short and have Dak, be able to get a quick outlet for Dak because of that pressure coming in. The Jets like to use on defense and blitz a lot. So I think tight ends can be a big part of the game plan this week.
I'm with it. I'm
starting anyway. I'm starting Ferguson this week anyway.
I think he's gonna have a big game. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I see it coming. I'm starting Ferguson this week anyway. So
I think you have a nice game.
I agree. I totally agree, though. Yeah, punk ass.
So the spread is like 9. They got us at 9 on the spread.
Shit. That's really 12 for real. That's really 12-13 for real.
Yeah,
Motherfucker can be won. I just want to win.
I agree. I wouldn't touch it.
I ain't taking it. You taking the 9?
You did?
I took money line on that one. I took the money line. I ain't take the spread, but I took us.
I'll take the money line.
I took us.
What about the over and under is 38.5?
I didn't take it because I didn't know if they could cover. I know the Jets got a hard defense, so I didn't touch the over and under.
Yeah.
I took Pollard to score a touchdown, CD to score a touchdown, Dalvin to score a touchdown. I got them under Zach Wilson under 175, Tony Pollard over 71.5, Dak over 200, and Zach Wilson over 0.5 interceptions.
Yeah, because they're going to catch him.
Yeah.
They definitely going to catch him slipping.
What you said?
I thought he snatched that.
Yeah, I did too.
Watching the game.
Yeah, I did too.
Hey, I still can't find the game though. It's on Amazon, but I'm trying to go through my little what I got over here, but
yeah.
It ain't pulling up though. I'm gonna have to go on and get into Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah, if you pull up Prime,
plus I'm Prime whatever. We on here saying these names and stuff.
Yeah. Hey, drop something on us, man. Good luck.
Yeah, y'all owe us one. We shine down on y'all, so y'all shine down on us. Promote us one time.
Shot big for y'all.
Yeah. So that's on that game. That's end of the first quarter. Pigeons up 3-0.
Yeah, I ain't scared of what I'm been seeing these first couple of weeks from them. I ain't worried
about
it for real.
They ain't shit.
Me either. But we get everybody's best. When the Dallas Cowboys come to town, they can say we ain't won Super Bowls and this. Every other team plays their best and their hardest to beat us. They can say whatever they want. Every team's fan base take it to heart. And you can tell it by the ticket sales. You can go to a game. You can go to a Cincinnati-Cleveland game this week, and the tickets is 150, 200. Those same seats when Dallas Cowboys come is going to be 600. You can say what you want. And it can be on their side. It's when the star comes. Everything's bigger in Texas, what they say. I just know that it's true for the Cowboys.
Definitely.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
The numbers is going up.
It is.
Going up.
It's bigger in Texas, man. We should go to Texas. Texas is
so
nice.
So we ain't got no other concerns going into the game but just what we said or whatever?
Uh, I think the tight ends is gonna have a breakout game. I think our offense is gonna play better than expected. Make no quarrels about it. We are gonna have some struggles with their defense is legit.
Yes,
And
sir.
they're coached very well on that side of the ball. Their head coach is a defensive juggernaut. So we're gonna have some issues on that side. We're gonna have to withstand. But I'm with what Dre said. I think our defense, their offensive side, got some gaps and some holes. They got a solid stud at receiver, but we got two solid corners that we can match up with. We just gotta bring our lunch pail. We gotta bring our lunch pail and go to work on this with this defense because we're gonna have a day pulled out.
Yeah, defense is the key.
Defense.
But can I just
That's
add
gonna
on
be
to
all
that?
17 games.
Let me add on to what Rick was saying,
Yeah.
man, as far as
Them
like,
trenches gonna be huge this week.
you know what I'm saying, the trenches and running the ball and all that, man. Just going back to last week, man, a lot of people ain't really saying, but Tyron Smith balled out in last game. He was good out there. Our dude was out there running around. You know what I'm saying? Getting outside. He was out there
I
moving
seen him pull.
weight, man.
I seen that play where he pulled and came around and popped little buddy and was looking for more. Yeah.
He was moving.
He looked like young Tyron, man. He stay like that, stay healthy, man. That's gonna be love for us. But yeah.
I don't know about young Tyron though, but he looked like an older version.
Yeah. He's when he's playing, he's one of the best still.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We gonna need him. Zach Martin, this game right here, man. I don't see us run that ball. The ball.
Yeah, behind him and Terrence.
Yeah, and Terrence. See, I'm just mentioning the future Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, man, and I didn't notice. I went back and noticed Marquise Bell, dude, that turned the whole game around in that Giants game. Cause I'm still working on my 40 burger over here. But he
a lot to eat.
Dude got 2 blocks. He blocked the punt and then gained his balance and went and made the key block to get us in the end zone. I didn't even know it.
Wanye did.
Was it Wanye?
It was Wanye. Yeah, it was Wanye. He blocked it and then knocked over Daniel Jones.
Yeah, my fault. Wanye. I said Marquise Bell. I'm talking. Yeah, Wanye. 30.
Yeah.
He's 30, right?
Yeah,
he blocked it. Yeah, he blocked Wanye. He blocked it, then gained his and went and made the key block that got us in the end zone. I ain't even see it the first time.
Yep. I seen it.
He was dog. He went.
Yeah, it was dope right there. Dope. What's Terry up there doing, man?
Huh?
This dude's up.
I had to light some incense. Man.
Terry, you up there busy, man. What you got going on?
Man, moving around, dog. Getting a lot of shit settled around, dog. I told you, just got home from work, man. I'm just trying to. I need to burn some sage because these Eagles is playing.
He's a wild boy, though.
Need to burn some sage.
Wild boy.
I gotta go refill my drink.
Me too.
Oh, you got your cup?
Yeah, don't I?
Yeah,
it was down here from
I'm just drinking champagne though. That's all I drink: champagne and wine.
I'm drinking green tea.
Hey, I need some game on the wines, man. I kind of been taking a little interest in the wines for whatever reason.
I know why.
Most people go to the sweet wines, man. They go to them sweet wines because they sweet, but them are really just dessert wines. Like you just got to train your palate. You just got to train your palate on different wines, like and different champagnes and stuff, man. It's a palate thing. So
yeah, they got this. They got a wine called Wild Irish Rose.
Ski skirt
Hey, Wild Irish Rose, bro. Leave it alone, bro. They got me, bro. When I was young, because y'all remember
our Carlos Rossi.
Not Carlos Rossi. No, that man turned you to a wine. No.
Curving, swerving, rolling into fucking curving. Fucking more DUI than it's curvings.
Right.
Right. What?
So, who's the breakout players next week?
As far as what? Fantasy or as far as Dallas?
The game. Dallas, the game.
Uh,
Who's our impact player that we got?
Hmm.
Mm.
We going one for O and one for D, or just overall?
Overall. That's what we did last week.
I'm always gonna go with Micah. Micah or Trayvon. I'm gonna always go with Micah or Trayvon. You know, for right now, those are the easy picks. As I said, like if we're going offense and defense, offense, I'm gonna say the most important player this week will be Tony Pollard because we're gonna need to run the ball to keep Dak returning it over. So I'm gonna go with Tony Pollard for clock control, and the best defense is a good offense to play keep away this week. So that's what I want to do this week. Run the ball. Stuff it.
that's solid.
I'm
No,
going.
I'm
Go ahead.
no, I'm still thinking. I'm
I-
thinking
my
defense
initial-
though.
My initial thought was CD. I'm going on a limb and going with I'm going Dak. Going Dak. He had a lot of talk this week. It's a big week. It's a good defense that we're playing. We're at home. The last week's showing wasn't that good. I'm gonna go Dak.
If I don't know if Brandon Cooks is going to play. I think he was limited. But I'm gonna either go Brandon Cooks, or if he doesn't play, man, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Gallup's going to have a good day. I think that passing the ball, I think us throwing the ball will be a little more successful than running. So I think they're going to actually try to make us throw the ball, to be honest with you. I think they're going to stack the line up for Pollard and Dowdle, and I think they're going to try to make Dak beat them.
I agree with that.
Okay.
That's a
So
strong
you got
point.
Gallup.
Well, if he doesn't, if Cook doesn't go, then yeah, I think they're gonna really bring somebody over the top on CD and try to bottle him up. I think they're gonna make Dak go somewhere else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see it.
I'm just
I
gonna
don't even
go.
think they're
I'm
gonna
just
go over
gonna
the top on
go.
him. I think they're confident enough in Sauce that they're gonna let him run 1-on-1 and double up who somebody else.
It's possible. It's possible.
If I was a coach, that's what I would do. You have to show me that you can torch Sauce, because I'm a double team whoever's on the other side. The only problem is we got a 3-head monster. So if you double team dude over there, we will hit you with the tight end, or we will hit you with Gallup.
And I
So-
think that's what
I love for them to leave Sauce on CD. I
they're
love to
gonna-
see that.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
So
Shit,
did
They had
y'all
Sauce
see?
just on. They left Sauce on Diggs a couple of times 1-on-1. So they're gonna do it.
My key
Who's your player,
player,
Drake?
man. I won't go Hatcher, man. I don't recall seeing Mozzie last week. Was he out there?
Yeah, he was out there.
was out there.
Yeah, he was out there clogging. He was out there
So-
pushing shit.
So
I
I'm
seen Big
saying the
Hankins.
That's
combination.
why them linebackers was flying around.
I
Is it
seen Big
Hankins?
Hankins out there getting busy.
I'm saying
him too, for sure.
Hatcher.
He definitely would. He starts.
Who's in the Drake?
Hankins and Mozzie play the same position, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Hankins starts in front of him.
Right. I don't know why I keep saying Hatcher.
You talking
I
about
mean
Jason?
Hankins.
Thinking about old
He's a
Jason Hatch.
Jason Hatch, an old traitor ass nigga. Yeah, he left us. He left us and went to Washington, didn't he?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
He left us with
That's
yeah.
He
who
left-
I'm thinking about. Hankins.
He left us and ain't been heard from since.
No, just like everybody else do.
Hankins. That's my play, a combination of Hankins and Mozzie, because I want to see us. This is just my own personal. I just want to see us be able to clog up the middle and stop at run, man. I don't want to see they running back to go off on us.
I agree.
I'm with it.
I agree
I'm with it.
exactly with that. I'm looking at that.
I'm
for
with
sure.
it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
with
you
it.
know,
They got Brees Hall. Brees Hall's a beast too.
and
Yeah,
Dalvin
he's
Yeah.
Cook.
nice.
He's
Yeah,
a
he's
beast.
nice.
But you know, it's wild because when you mentioned clogging up the middle, I'm watching this Philadelphia game, right? So I'm looking at them tackles work. As much as I hate them, man, they tackles is mean, dog. They tackles, they interior tackles, man, they D tackles is mean, dog. That's why I was like, when you mentioned us clogging something up, I looked there and I'm like, that's what you're not gonna run up the middle on them. Our tackles are the weak spot of our defense right now. That's the weak spot of our defense because if you run straight up the middle on us, you can get yardage. And that's where, like you said, they're going to have to play their best game because teams are going to see that if you run up the middle on us, you're going to get yardage. So I need our tackles to ball too, man, because that's rough. That's going to be rough right up in there.
It's good seeing Steele back out there though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He looked good
yeah.
too, man.
He's
It is.
solid too. He's solid
Yeah.
too. I like
He
turns,
bounced
and
back.
then he goes about it in a low key way, and I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
just
I
like
remember he wasn't
you
a
don't hear his
fan
name being
favorite.
called.
You know
You
what
don't hear no
I'm
referees calling his name, man. So that's big, bro. Like,
saying? Yeah.
no penalties. That's huge. You ain't
He
giving up
really
sacks.
developed under us, man. He really put in the work and developed under us.
Yeah, he did. I didn't like him at first.
Yeah. He just started showing out.
I didn't like Biotis either. I didn't like Biotis at first
Yeah,
either.
he going on. He's turning. He looking good. He held his own pretty decent.
Yeah, he's coming along.
Williams.
I fucks
Yeah.
with him now.
Big Williams kind of got the best of him a couple times, man, but he stood in there and held his own.
Yeah.
You know, he's pro bowler. He trying
Hey,
to get them.
but
Speaking
dog.
speaking of Williams though, sheesh. We got
Who?
our
Who?
hands we got our hands full against that big man.
Who's that?
Big
Williams.
Williams for the Jets.
Hey, bro, look. I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. Did you see Zach Martin put them paws on Dexter Lawrence? It's gonna be the same way against Quinnen. We locked up Dexter. We're gonna lock up Quinnen. It's gonna be the same way because they equally as good. They're equally as good.
I hope so. I disagree with that.
You don't think they're equally as good? You think Quinnen's better than Dexter?
Yeah.
I do too.
I think Dexter's better.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Off the ball, I just think he's better than Quinnen.
They
both
can be on the
body-
same level at times, but I'm favoring Williams a little bit more. But they bet on the same level for real. They
Yeah,
got
I
big.
would
money.
think so. Yeah.
They nice.
Yeah, they
I'm
both nice.
telling you. Like I
But
said, he got with Biotis on a couple of plays. I was like, ooh.
he
He ain't
did.
do nothing, but he had my man twisted around on one play. I was like, oh, Lord, help him. Zach, where you at, Zach?
Hey, yeah.
Help him, Zach.
Help him, Zach.
Most of the time, though, he held it down, though. I can't even front him, man. He kept that force up. Really.
Hey, Zach was getting him what he wanted, though, wasn't he? Zach was getting him what he wanted, bro. But every time they showed it, I was like,
he's
damn,
a beast,
Zach's a big,
man.
strong dude. Yeah, he's a beast, dog. He was giving Dexter what he wanted. Dexter gave him everything he wanted, man. I said, geez Louise, man. So, John,
back to the picture.
And what's your
Look,
name,
I
John?
just got
Who your impact player?
My impact player?
Yeah, for this week, offensive defense.
Yeah, that's what I said. Defense. Defense. I go with that line, man. I go with that defensive line this week. I'm gonna go with them as a whole, like they did last week.
They said the whole defensive line.
Hey, look.
Yeah,
I should have told you. Hold on, let me change my answer to the whole receiving core then, man. Let me change it to the whole. Let me change it to the whole secondary then, man. I think the whole secondary grade do good.
John. I'm with you, John. Hey, 'cause I think they gonna show out real talk. Hey, I think they gonna have Zach Wilson running like Forrest Gump. You hear me?
Look,
Absolutely.
we gotta realize, y'all.
'Cause
John
he
ain't gonna
ain't
give
got
us no
long,
straight
man.
answers. John ain't gonna give us
Hold
no
on.
straight answers, y'all. He gonna tiptoe around all that. He ain't gonna be wrong, dog. He ain't gonna give us no straight answers. Well, who's your impact player? I'm gonna go with the whole defense. Who's
Oh,
your impact player?
Man,
I'm just saying
no,
the
Hey,
whole
they catch me
defense.
slipping on camera.
I try
He
to
ain't
be
get caught slipping.
like
He ain't
I'm the
gonna-
same. I'm the same way kind of as you, Dre. I mean, I can go Parsons every week. You know, I just like
Yeah.
I just like that he has the ability to line up anywhere on that line. Wherever he lines up at, he's a factor. It
He's
doesn't matter
causing
if he's getting
problems.
doesn't matter if he's getting double. He's beating double teams and still making sacks. I mean, it's
And he's
hard
making
not to.
his team better.
He is. It's hard not to go with Parsons because he's an impact player every play.
Yes,
You
sir.
know,
He's like MJ.
right. And the opponent's offense, the number one thing they're looking at in the film room, number 11. Where is number 11?
Right.
You know,
You
so
never.
I can really say him every week because he makes an impact every week.
I think he gonna show out, man. His first game back at the crib this year. He already went nuts in New York. Oh, man, back at the style, under the
Yeah,
big
it's Gary go
screen,
first. Yeah, it's Gary go nuts.
thousands.
We
He
know
about to
we
show
go
out.
we great give the big D to both the New York teams.
Yeah,
Good.
got them. Hey,
Good.
so check this
Like
out.
Snoop Dogg, New York, New York.
So hypothetical.
I run New
Hypothetical.
York. That's what you gonna holler when we leave. I'm run New York.
Maybe I ain't educated all the way on this, but do y'all think is this our last go around with DQ?
Whew. Hey, depending on what he do this year, we're gonna see. We're gonna see his loyalty. We're gonna see.
I think
We're
it
gonna see what
depends on how
Jerry
far
won't
we
get him.
go.
I think he's here for him. I think he like it here, man. I think he love it here. He getting paid like head coach.
Hey, we get Wade Wilson, Jason Garrett, this Mike McCarthy, and DQ. That's what's getting ready to happen. We get Wade Phillips and Jason Garrett. That's exactly where he do, man. Where the D coordinator is getting paid more than the head coach. It's getting ready to happen. That's what's gonna happen. He gonna try to leave, and Jerry's gonna be like, McCarthy, you good with keeping him? McCarthy said he gonna say, yeah, all right, give him that bread. We need to keep him around.
Yeah.
You know,
He's having fun. He look like he's having fun.
Yeah,
he look alive up there in that booth, don't he? He look
Yeah.
alive in that booth,
And he come
I
out
think,
and he get down on that sideline. He be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I
He
think he
got
got
a
it last
youthful
week.
spirit.
Did he interview for many jobs?
I thought he did.
Yeah,
I think he want to be a head coach again, man. That's my only concern. He wants to be a head coach again.
I didn't know,
to
and that was
prove that he can do it.
And that was what my thought was. I was just wondering if he wanted to be a head coach again, if he likes not having so much pressure on him, because I don't know why he actually wouldn't have gotten a job unless he chose to not take the job. He's one of the better of the D coordinators in the league, and considering some guys who did get some jobs, you would think, but
yeah, I mean,
he doesn't want the responsibility, really. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I think he chose to stay, bro. Like, because he did have those jobs done. Like, he could have left. I mean, where you gonna go be a head coach, but you got the best defense in the NFL. Like, you have the best. What's better than coaching the best defense in the NFL? You can coach a whole team, but you got the best of the best right now. Until we're bad again, or he sees that we're not gonna win, that's when he'll leave. But I think he knows he has something special right now with this group of players that he has.
So he would Dallas win the Super Bowl, he leaves.
Yes.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yes.
Going back on what
I
Terry
hate to
said.
see him go, man. I hate to see him go, man, for real.
I would too before Ring. Go ahead, buddy. I appreciate your service. Thank you for everything.
What Terry was saying though, man, from what I caught from him and listened to his interviews, the man was like, yo, I'm happy here. I got a great defense. I got a great group of players. I'm coaching a generational talent.
Yeah.
It's the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Like I like it here. I ain't really. I got the vibes like he'll take interview out of respect, but like he's competent. He's good. He
Right.
like what he
Right.
got here. You know, the opportunity to coach a generational talent. You
Yep.
know, it ain't all the time. So that's from my grasp from interviews that he's had. And I know
see it.
Jerry gonna open that checkbook up for him.
Absolutely.
And it's one of them things that like with that defense, like you said, like he's the defensive coordinator of the best defense in the NFL, which happens to be the Dallas Cowboys. So you're gonna shine like a head coach on that sideline anyway. You know what I mean? They show him just as much as they show the head coaches. You know, you're gonna get the same shine. You're gonna get the same spotlight. When it comes about money, I'm sure Jerry will pay you. You know what I mean? So like I see him staying for a couple of at least 2 to 3 more years, depending on the success of our offense. If he don't see us winning because of our offense, he'd leave. I can
And
see
you know
that.
what, man? I know this is just me thinking. I ain't heard this enough. Just me thinking. I think him and Mike McCarthy work well together.
I think so too.
Yeah, I agree
I
with
agree.
that.
I've never heard nobody say, but I think they work well together. They, you know what I'm saying? They respect each other. They trust each other.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he stays out of Quinn's business
They
and
got the
let
same
him
type
handle
of
this.
I think
ideology
they
and culture that
what
they
you
want on the team.
I think they both respect each other. I think that he knows that Mike is way more better with offense than with he would be with offense. And I think Mike knows that Dan is way more better with defense than he would be with defense. And together, they're the yin to the other's yang. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like they're trying to mesh the ideology, the building of the
Yeah,
trenches,
and you know,
playing
and
defense and running the ball. You know what I'm saying?
you
Mm-hmm.
know, it doesn't seem like that McCarthy. It seems like that he really gives his position coaches and his coordinators a lot of space. You can see him kind of talking every now and then. He's talking to him, but it just seems like he's just getting an idea of what we're doing. Okay, that's cool, But it seems like he really gives his coaches a lot of space, to do their own thing and kind of stays
Yeah,
out of their business. It seems like
yeah,
he really
that's
does.
important. Yeah, that's important right there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was just sitting there thinking that just randomly, like, man, you know what? You know, they kind of blend, man. I think they cool.
Yeah, I agree.
St. Quinn's cool, man. Yeah, I've heard him say it, and he had interviews and they had stuff on the table. He said he loved defense. That's what he
He
do.
said that. He said that last year. He had interviews and he resigned, pulled his name back out of the interviews and said he wanted to stay at Dallas. But I
Okay.
don't know how long he's going to be able. He's going to want to do that before he fights the urge to be the head coach again.
Yeah,
Just get us a
it's
ring.
probably like you said, how far it goes. Like Terry
You
said.
You
let
say
him go.
he fight the urge of leaving his state tax-free money that Jerry gonna lay on him like a head coach.
Well, some
Say,
people, man, are competitors, man. They got to prove it to themselves, and it ain't about the money all the time.
What's the predictions?
Absolutely.
What's your predictions?
Michael Parsons is hard to leave.
I'm going 2015, Dallas.
20-15,
Yeah.
21-17, Dallas. Now fuck that. 21-10. Fuck them bums. I ain't scoring that much.
I'm going 2014. I'm going 2014.
I was going 24-13.
What'd you say, Steve?
uh, I gave the Giants 10. I'm gonna give him 10 because I know they ain't gonna get it.
What they gonna get?
10.
It's
6 or 9 or
Hey,
something like that. They might get 6 or 9.
These motherfucking tight ends out here. These tight ends out here turn my Philadelphia.
31 for us.
Hey, but I will say, so I think Zach Wilson's gonna run one in this week. That's my prediction. He'll run one in against us. That's gonna be 7 of their points.
Nah, we ain't speaking that into existence, man.
I'll say we're still gonna win 24-14.
Man, we ain't ready to predict none of them running nothing in on us.
Man, look, I'm giving you my.
I'm with Dre.
Let me tell you how it's gonna go. I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna go. They'll score first. We'll score last. And
we ain't gonna what they gonna get a field goal? Because we not allowing no touchdown early.
That's why I say I think he'll.
You think they're gonna score? They gonna come down to Dallas and score before we do? In Dallas?
I can see it.
The Jets?
I can see it just because I still our offense, but I'm not saying they're gonna beat us. I'm just saying I can see it because our offense.
Their offensive line is not like that, man.
But I'm talking about our defense.
Right.
How's our
That's
defense
what
gonna come and let them
like.
come down and strike on us?
No, I'm talking about their offensive line, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too.
Yeah, which contributes with our defense.
Yeah,
coming through her.
Our strong point.
I see.
Destroy them people, man. I think we're gonna destroy them.
You see us trailing?
Somebody, Zach might get a fumble, man, on their first possession.
I can see that too. I can see that too. I just see I see a score firing up our defense because we don't.
Real
nah,
quick.
They don't like being scored on. They don't like you by the end zone. They get fired up if you're close to the end zone.
Diggs getting a pick.
Diggs getting a pick. I'm with that.
He's gonna force it up, and he's gonna force it to your boy.
Yeah, 17, Garrett
Wilson. He gonna force it to Garrett Wilson, and Diggs gonna get that.
That's not where Greg the leg's kicking down, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Greg the leg.
That's where Zerline is. Yeah. Legatron. Yeah, the old cowboy. Yeah. Yeah, the old cowboy. Yeah. Keep him out of the game.
Yeah.
I don't like ex-players playing back in Dallas.
I won't keep him.
How you gonna feel with Zeke coming? How you gonna feel with Zeke coming?
Say it again.
So how you gonna feel with Zeke coming in 2 weeks?
Keep him at the game. We know what he can do.
Destroy Zeke.
What
do you mean?
Short distance.
No,
that's what he's gonna be able to do. He's getting no more than
15. You hear me?
30 yards.
Hit 15. Get him on up through her.
On 12 carries.
He ain't getting 30 yards.
Yeah. We got to do it, man. He know the mission we on. He know what's up.
He might fumble for us just because he's secretly still a Cowboy. He might give it up for us.
Yeah.
He might. For the road, man.
He might do it. He might do it.
He might give it to us.
Yeah, he might do it.
I hope so.
Man.